Morning, gang. Look at this. We're actually up and running properly, it seems. How's it going to go this morning? No idea. No idea. Hopefully the last day of this chaos. We'll see. No idea, really. We'll see. Yesterday was crazy. It broke into 13 parts yesterday's stream. I have no idea why, but whatever. Late getting started this morning. Didn't have a chance to do the sharpening before the stream, but I guess it's okay to do this sometimes. People want to see this part of the work too. It's not broken this morning, just simply touching up here. What do you mean Fridge is back? He's never gone. How many blocks for the microwave to be completed? We're about halfway through now. The key block and one color block is finished. Sorry, I got a catch in my throat again this morning. Key block and a simple color block is finished. Now we're in the blue color block, which is the most difficult one. When the blue color block is finished, we have 2 sky blocks to make. So it's not too bad now, you know. If I had nothing else to do, it's just not a day's work. I could probably finish it in a day maybe, but 2 days for sure if I had nothing else going on. There's other jobs competing, of course. Actually yesterday, because it was fairly light, the morning in the shop was chaos, but in the afternoon it became a bit lighter. I had a chance to go downstairs and do some work, and Aoyama-san was down there working as well. So we got some work done on the print party room. I've got some photographs. I'll show you in a few minutes or later, whatever, after I get going here. We've got a few photographs from downstairs. The party room is now not finished, but within striking distance of being finished. We don't want it super sharp for this job. We're just roughing around those curves in the blue color block, not cutting lines here. So if I sharpen it too sharp, it'll just break right away. So it might be a bit too sharp for this job as it is. We'll see. Okay, let's get going. What did we do? 2 days ago we did all this blue patches here. Yesterday we got around most of this. Didn't quite finish it. So this morning I'll finish off this corner. We'll get down. There's another day of blue patches here. So we've still got a ways to go on this one. And then of course the hammer work. Do I ever get asked to give talks at schools? Yes, all the time. More in the old days when I was still a solo craftsman, less now. But yeah, we give, what we get asked to do is to give like a massive print party for a school. People have done a print party here in the room for 3 or 4 people. They say, can you come to our school and do it? Like for 100 people. And it's really not so practical. But these days, more and more, my thoughts are less and less in going to do that sort of thing. It doesn't really help anybody learn about printmaking, and the people who really have an interest in it, the videos are there, the stream is here. Hi, good morning guys, I'll just get to it here. So far so good, the stream, I don't know. Every other piece of software on the machine is shut down, we've restarted, we've got a wired web connection. All I can do. And hopefully the delivery, the DHL delivery said this morning or this afternoon, our new video capture unit is coming. We'll give it a try tomorrow. Let's just start down here. Let's come down here. It's okay. My fingers, it's stained. Can you see it? It's wood stain from... I did have a shower this morning, but that stuff is really stainy. I was working on the ceiling for the print party room yesterday, staining some pieces of wood that are going to be used for highlighting on the roof. Where do we go here? Let's start here and isolate this unit here. Wow. Newspapers in my back pocket. Don't rub it in, okay? I'd like to forget that episode. But yeah, this is the same stain that I bought in the shop, of course. You know, so, and that's an indication of how strong it works. Newspapers in my back pocket. So every episode becomes something to be you know. Whatever. I see the same thing on the chat here that I saw yesterday. People are complaining about the DHL and stuff like that. I don't know about other countries, but here in Japan, the delivery services, really, no matter which company, are of stunningly high quality. It's just incredible. This is one of the segments of our society that really does perform incredibly high standard. This knife, and those of you who were with us, whatever, a couple of weeks back or a few weeks back, after I changed the blade, excuse me, this knife really gave me trouble. It broke many, many times back at the beginning when it was a fresh new blade. And we chatted about that at the time. I didn't really know at that point whether I had a piece of bum steel that really wasn't tempered well, it wasn't forged well, and it wasn't going to work. But I also qualified that by saying that quite often on a new blade, it's the first few millimeters or the first centimeter or so that quite frequently don't sharpen well, or it's too brittle. When they're hammering it, it's hammered by hand. So it's not rare to find a blade that doesn't work well for the first section. So I wasn't sure because it was breaking and breaking and then breaking again, but it really does now seem to have settled in. And it hasn't been breaking now. It's been, it gets dull, I have to sharpen it, but it doesn't actually break every time I look sideways at it. Having said that, it's probably going to break this morning, but it's been a real good one. So again, it confirms when you get a new blade, don't be too disappointed if it breaks quite easily in the early days of using it, the first few millimeters and so at the end of the tip. This was one such blade. It broke a lot. The steel wasn't forged well at the end, but once we get down into the body of the blade, it's really been behaving well. It's just one of the quirks of these handmade products. Trying to decipher the numbers written on the block. You mean my block here you're talking about? Where are they? I've lost it. It's on one edge of it. It's on Aoyama-san. We're making our own blocks here. What does it say? I think we should be able to figure this out. Aoyama-san's got his own code. I don't know what it is. It says 2017. We got that. January 01. 50. I don't know what the 50 would mean. He doesn't do these by days. He'll do it by months. So it's 2701. And then it looks like 50/C/NN. And I can't tell you what these stand for. I know Aoyama-san, as I said, he's run his own little catalog upstairs of keeping track. And it's probably just batch numbers, the particular log or piece of wood we got on any given day. It'll just be A, B, C, D, E, F, G or something like this. I don't know. I doubt it would be C for cherry because they're all cherry. Yeah, don't read too much into it. Simply it identifies, it's for his purpose to identify which batch of wood that came from, that's all. we don't try and grade it or do anything else or figure it out. We just simply identify each batch so that when we're using it later on, like now, I can tell, wow, Ame-san, that batch number, CNN Blash 4, whatever, that was really a good strong piece of wood. So don't read too much into it. It's just a simple identifier. I don't even know what they are because he's the one who's been doing that job himself. So. More paper arrived yesterday as well. He'll have to put batch numbers on that. We got some more paper from Iwano-san. We're still buying from Iwano-san. He's still supplying. The quality this year has been way improved over last year. And we got another batch of Takenaga paper yesterday. I don't know if I can reach it. Well, when Cameron gets here, remind me about it. I can show you. The bill is just sitting there over there. We didn't have to remortgage the building for this, but whatever. It's a nice bill. Is the stream behaving? It seems like it is, nay. The focus on the camera's playing games, but got another beautiful, beautiful day in Tokyo. Gorgeous sunshine. The rainy season is supposed to be starting already. A couple of days ago, actually, official weather people said the rainy season has now begun in the Kanto area. And you have beautiful, beautiful blue sky here today. It might be another one of these strange years where there's technically a rainy season, but actually nothing falls out of the sky. So we're in June now. It's now June here in Tokyo. Most of you guys are probably still in May, I think, but it's June. And the rainy season was announced to start, and I think the guy said 8 days earlier than a typical year. But I think maybe he might have called it too early, I don't know. They.
Do we have any woodblock printing competitors here in Tokyo?
There are other people still making woodblock prints. I don't know what you meant by competitors. There's no competition in this business. We're not selling stuff like cars where there's a consumer product that's needed by everybody, and you want to be catching that particular person. So there's no competitors in that sense. There are a few workshops still making prints. I know the Adachi is still in business. They started in the 1920s. They're still flourishing. They're a bigger business than we are. They have most of the business for all the museum shops. When people go to a museum and see prints and then get to the little shop at the end of it. Adachi makes most of the prints you see in those places, so they're publishing. Every now and then they try and do something new with a modern artist, but they always do it in a sort of limited edition special deal, which just doesn't go anywhere. Then there's a bunch of printers and carvers for hire still in existence. Maybe the Kumiai, the Craftsmen's Guild, I'm a member of it. I think there's 30 people in it now, 40, I'm not sure. So there are other people for hire. We try and use some of them sometimes. So we're not the only people in Japan making woodblock prints by far. We're probably now the most flourishing workshop. We're certainly the most forward-looking and growing. Adachi is just set in its ways. It doesn't change. It just keeps making the same stuff all the time. Maybe 3 dozen people altogether, something like that. I don't know. It's hard to tell. It's hard to tell who's active and who's not. In that Craftsmen's Association, the membership list, last time I looked, it was about 40 people. But in there's a bunch of guys who are just, lying in bed waiting to die and stuff like that, who are not actually working. So it's hard to say. And then there are some people, some younger people who are not in that association, like most of my printers here. Aimi-san, Subi-san, they're not in the association. So it's hard to get an exact count. A few dozen people maybe in Tokyo making a living from traditional woodblock printmaking, maybe. In the modern field there's more. I don't know anything about that field at all. Modern artists who are working in the field. And then there's the academic scene. The people like the universities have some sort of printmaking in their thing. So you've got university professors who are professors